Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to show you a really exciting about WebSockets. So we are going to connect the client to the WebSocket server. Alright, I already installed a React frontend app and the MongoDB server and the backend REST service. So let me open the frontend app, and this is what we have done. And we got create a new channel and looking for the people in our database in backend. For example, I'm searching for Alec and another people Calvin. So and we have a default method from React state in component hello there, and I hit send. So this is not going to save in database, that is saved in our local browser store. And now I can only say I can only see message hello there and to remember in our chat channel. So the question is, so how to Alec and Kevin receive this message, and he got a new notification about new channel and message. So let me show you how to do that. The first thing, I'm going to log in with my shared email address, and the password should be 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is correct password. Wow. So let's see what happened. So I'm refresh the web app because so maybe I start the web app before server start, and the people remember and doesn't fresh to our user collection. Right, so again, right, my email and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm sign in. Is it exactly we get back and real hard login functionality, and this work. And now current I'm say in my browser with my user and token in the last video. Now I'm refresh it, and that means I am still logged in. And once again, I'm going to open new Google Chrome, and here I'm going to log in with Alex. The password 3 4. Okay, so here we got Alex login on my Chrome browser, and here is my username, and we create a new channel with Alex and say hello there. And here Alex will not receive anything because we didn't send it to backend server anymore. So let's get started. Right. So the first thing, I'm changing to my root of project and open on my Sublime. So we got so far is the app and in backend server. So in our server we have this initialized WebSockets. So I'm going to create a new file in our model, and this I'm calling new file to be it can name a connection.js. Okay, so as usually I'm export this class, export default class. Alright, connection. And we have a constructor app, and this app equal app, right? So we got a new connection class, and this means it's within inside model. And for the connection, I'm going to try to store all the connections. This right connection and all our socket client connection to be a new all this map. And we don't have import audit map from Immutable.js, so we have to do that. Import all this map from Immutable. So we got this connections. This has a lot of people will be stored in our connection cards, right? So in this case, we got a model index file. I'm going to do this dot connection equal new connection. Right, we initialize a new connection class, so we have to import it. Connection from is the same folder in model in this file, so sorry, connection. And we don't need to include extension for the JS file, and just a name only. Cool. So let's see. So in our connection, so I'm going to make a tag function called this init model. Alright, so so you can name anything anything you name a function. So I can do by this model just load something like this, and here we got to define new function, and here match controller and connection class is the initialize, right, something like that. And here we check about in let's drag and we got successful connection class is initialized. Cool. So this is how it works, and we can now. All right. So let's see in our index server we got this. Well, app.wss and WebSocket server, and we initialize a new server. Alright, so how do we access socket, WebSocket? The app, so this is very simple. We can do by this dot, so simply you can do this app.websocket server dot on right connection, and this means is a connection. So simply we do WS, and so simply I'm going to try to controller and to log the console with a new client, right? Oh, so simply gonna someone connect to the server via socket. So simply like that, and now the server will restore it in w. All right, this dot app dot w at. So all right, so we have to move the initialize WebSocket from the top, and so that means we now able to access the app.w. Right. So this dot app equal app ws, right, this router and connection. Let's see in our index file, right, new connection. Alright, I didn't pass a parameter to our connection app, so that means we can call in this w app now we need to unify. So we have a app parameter when we init our connection class. So let's pass the app parameter to connection. So and this means now we can see this, right? So the server will restore, so it's okay. And so right, I refresh the browser and so nothing's in happen. The first thing I'm going to uncomment the begin query to into database, so it can be somewhere in token. So right here, file and user. Okay, so right, so I'm going to back to the React app and create a new file to connect the React client to server via WebSocket. So we got so far in our store, and in this mean I'm going to create a new file in stroke file and call it to the realtime time.js right in our stroke file. And the realtime and store.js, it should be the same folder. Alright, so in this case, I'm going to import default class, right, realtime. Also constructor. The constructor of realtime, I'm going to pass a store class into this. So right here is what I'm going to do. For example, I'm going to do a this app service methods. So I'm going to do this by this dot realtime equal new realtime. Unpairing is exactly store a class to realtime. So it simply will pass this, and that means so we have to import realtime from realtime data.js. The same file, same folder with store, so realtime. Cool. And this means we have to import default class realtime constructor store, and this is a store, and with this store equal store from. Okay, so right, so what I can do by this dot connect. So I'm called from initialize function to this connect, and that means I have to define this methods connect, and this connect. So we can do by car store equal store, and now we got this dot WebSockets equal new. So by default, let's give it new. And when we try to connect, and this WebSocket is new, and this is a connect. And by default, 4, right? So we connect 4, and this connect I'm going to do this .ws equal new WebSocket. WebSocket is exactly our URL backend server. We got WS, and our server we display in 2001. And so our first thing I'm going to do console to log to the console. Alright, begin connect to server via WebSockets. Okay, so we got it. Now refresh the browser and you can see this method in our console. So it's begin connecting to WebSocket. And let's see what we can see in our backend server. And we see the method someone is connected to the server with WebSocket. And that means so every time I refresh this, and the socket will generate a new client, and in our server we got a new message someone connected to the server with WebSocket. And that means in our server, let's think about in our server, and we got connection and on connection, and this means so ws.on close, and this we found someone, right? And when starting to my log console log, someone disconnected to the server. Alright, for example, I'm going to cut ID, alright, socket ID equal, right, something like, right, I'm going to generate this by import, alright, address ID from MongoDB, and I'm trying to generate a new ID. So for example, I am to do new object ID, right, new, and dot the ID, or even the to string, right? So we can see, right, someone connect to WebSocket server, and here is the WebSocket ID we generate from this to for client, and this means when someone connect to the server, and here is exactly WebSocket ID when they disconnected. Cool. So right, so let's see, and server is restart, and we have to restart the React app, and now begin connecting to the server WebSocket, and inside server we got it. Someone is connected to the server with WebSocket, and we set this ID, or we generate its new ID for WebSocket client. And what do we see in my refresh browser, and socket connection will load and automatically generate a new socket again. Let's see, refresh this, and in our server we can see someone is disconnect. The first time they connect with this ID, and someone disconnect and with this ID, and another time when refresh and it automatically connect to new with new ID we just generated. Cool. So this is how it works. And this is same for in our real time. This is a client, and we got it websocket, and we can do by even we can do by gw, and here we're gonna call this .ws.on connection. Alright, connection, and we say alright, console log, right, you are connected. Right, so let's see, refresh the app. Alright, sorry, some have adding uwi.on. So we don't have on function because we are just on client, so we cannot call same server on this. So here we can do it this on open. I think it's on open, and this means we got console log you are connect, and we connect, and I think it should work. Now the app should be refreshed, and the first method we are trying to be connecting to the server with WebSocket, and the next you are connect, and this is a method on our client, and same thing we got on server and someone connect with socket. Cool. So right, so in this cool, so and we can do by this .ws.on, right, on cloud, and equal a new arrow function, and we make console, right, you disconnected, right, so you disconnected, and we can do, alright, we can listen this even when you disconnected, and we can try, for example, an internet is shut down and we got this disconnect, and in this case we can set by this dot, alright, is connected equal 4. Alright, so now and see, right, clear the console, and here now I'm connected, and refresh browser we should get the message you disconnected, and then you are connected. Cool. So that is how we make a connection from so client and WebSocket. So I'm trying to uncomment it, and we don't see any more in our console. Right. So problem A, so how do we send a new message to the server? And for example, now we Alex, and see the same thing in Alex we got save. Cool. So here I'm in the Google Chrome browser, I'm logging with Alex, and when from in my browser, a Firefox browser, and this mean can be sending from an other computer or the device, and say hello there, and alright, I think exactly Alex should get the same message on channel and new message right here. Cool. So the first thing we need to do is when connect, and when we do a connect, so I think we need to do to tell to the server and who are you, and so next time I'm going to, after we get connected to this server and this, and when the socket open, right, so let's tell to the server who are you, and in this case in my browser I'm logging with my name, and we should tell to the to the server, right? Here is the me, and please save my socket connection will belong to your user ID or even token ID. Cool. So alright, so I'm going to create a new function. Alright, authenticate. Alright, authenticate. Alright, authentication. So something like authentication, I'm going to pass the first parameter is token ID. So how do we get a token ID? Right. So and here when who value let this dot authentication, or even we don't need a parameter and we can do by cost. Right, token ID equal, and we got this store, and so right, card store equal this dot store, and in this case we don't need store anymore here, so let's remove it. And so we got store dot get token ID, and so alright, get user token ID, right, or even get user token. Cool. So we don't have this function that. So we have to do that, do it. Alright. So let's create a new function. Alright. Get token ID and current token ID equal new. By default, and we return is new token ID, and by default is null. And we got this token equal. Right. This dot token equal this. Sorry. Card token equal this dot token, right? So even you can do this by use a loadout function get this dot token, and we got token exactly ID, and by default give is null, and if not return null. So even you can do by with shorter, and we don't need card token ID and return this very simply, right? And here, alright, so in our real time we got this authentication and we got token ID. And here I'm trying to sending a message, right? This dot send, right? A new message, cost message equal new object. For example, new object to be action, right? O, right? Action equal O, something like that. And payload equal exactly token ID, right? And this send, we don't have this send, so we have to create that function send. And here the message is method simply and method equal by default give is an object or even no, right? So this object, and we call this send method. So this send method, right? So the first thing we need to do is to check cost is the connect equal, and we got this is this connect, this dot is a connect, right? So when we got open, all right, so in this case we do this is a connect equal true, right? So in this means you are connect, and we set connect property in our class to be connect equal true. And in this case, when we send a new message with WebSocket, the first thing we need to do is a connect, all right? So and then we can do by this WebSocket, and this exactly we set this w WebSocket dot and send, and the message sent in this message we pass parameter is an object, so we have to do cost method string equal method string equal json dot parser method. Alright, sorry, not parser, those string and convert string iframe. Alright, message, and here we can pass to our WebSocket, And when we call this WebSocket client and send the method, this method, I'm going to send this method to server. And so let's check out in our connection in this backend server. And so when we got a new method, so someone try to connect WebSocket and remove this command line and remove this, and we can see much better in our console. And here I'm doing it now. Listen any method from WebSocket client. Right, so simply we do by ws exactly with the WebSocket connection and on Mathis make sure correct, and the Mathis from the client should be alright as Mathis something like that, and here make controller alright, this is the server, alright, Mathis from a client, and here is the math. Right, so let's see. Right, server our restart, and here we have to refresh our client because now server is reload. And so now I think no login console, but it already sent to our server. And here we got this in our server. We got the method. Alright, method from client. This is a string method. And we got action either our and payload either exactly current user token ID. And so we have to use a token ID and find in our database or in cards, and we return to a user object and save it in our connection cards. Alright, so let's do it. Alright, so first thing we need to do, decode method. Right, so because this method is the now uncomment this because I don't want to see in console anymore, and we call decode methods, and right here we can do by cast methods equal z.decode methods, and because so our methods is in string, but I want it to be an object, and so right decode method I'm copy this parameter, and here we have a string or any. I think it should be alright methods, right, it should be to any by default, but in our project, and I always to send a string method to backend server with the format like this, and we first thing with action and payload, and we can take action for what and payload for what and do in our backend. So in this case we got this decode methods, and here I'm trying to do alright, so cast, so basically we do by return methods, and in this case we alright try and catch error, and this error when you reach major console, alright, enable or an arrow decodes the socket methods, and we show the methods, alright, and alright, in this case I'm trying to do cast decodes methods, alright, methods equal alright json dot parser, alright, methods. So if this and return this code method, or even we can do it by let, I'm going to modify this variable, so I'm using let, I'm not going to use the cast, and let right math is object, and to be null by default is null, and right, so and return let method object. In this case try to method equal and remove this, right, cool. So right, I'm going to write the first thing into my console log, and so let's copy this. Alright, so uncomment this code, and the message now to be an object. Let's see, and let's wait for our server refresh and refresh this. And now after we got login, and we should see the socket in. Now we got the message server in action, and this is exactly an object. And so right, we got this message, and now uncomment this, and so we do this by this dot. Alright, let's name any function. So I can think and do by do the job length, something like that. And so alright, so if you want to call do the job, and even any for, I don't have any in mind which use function name, but I named it do the job, and I think this can be have you understand easy. And so we got to do the job, and here we have a two command. All right, do the job now to be a Matisse object. So and we sketch. So we do by code action equal Matisse. I'm trying to use loadout function, and we have to import loadout. Import underscore from loadout. Right, so we don't need end comma. So actually we can do by Matisse dot action, and we have a format in Matisse we send to server with Matisse action and payloads. So actually we can do that, but I want to do is a very simple to don't have to take or unify or something like Matisse.action, right? And we have a switch and action, and default we don't do anything, just break, right? So something like that. And in K, so the first K we got E O. So this means someone want to verify their token, and that means I am logging on my browser and I want to tell to the server, hey server, and this is me, please check if correct and save me to WebSocket connection. So in this case, we can do right, and we have a break, and okay, I think that should be much better. And this means now we got action, and we cause payloads equal, or even we do cause payload equal get Matisse. All right, payload. All right, so we got payload right top, and here we do so payload in this case exactly token ID and token ID from backend. So let's see, we get user token ID, and in this case I'm going to do is the mark token to exactly string and not object ID, right? So in this case we do by code user token ID equal right payload, and here we can make console.log. First, and for you understand, right, we are a user with token ID E and user token ID, cool. And let's verify this type. Alright, type. Alright, token user. Let's see. Alright, it's a string or object. Cool. So now let's wait for your server. Alright, server is successfully restart and refresh the browser. And now we got the method, I think. Alright, no method. One again. Okay, we and KO. So let's see, we got, oh right, I'm called to do the job, but we got do the job as a Matisse object, but I didn't pass the Matisse parameter to action to this Matisse to this method. So Right, server is now okay, and now refresh my browser, and I think we should got user token ID. Alright, so token ID, this is wrong, and because I in the real time is sending token, this is wrong, so it should be open bracket, and here let's refresh browser, and we got alright, which user token is a string and no. Alright, so refresh this, and cool. So let me log out my user and refresh this, and we got problem A, user token ID string null. Oh, but so problem is we need to verify a current login user. If they are not login, we will not send it. So in this case, I'm going to do if token ID, and we check it right in authors. In this from client, first thing we need to check a client is a login, and then we send them to the backend server, and otherwise we don't send to anything. Cool. Okay, so this, and now let this is last method on server we get, and now refresh the browser, and right, we don't see any string. Cool. So right, I'm trying to log in email again, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so where we got code login code back from server. Is it login method? We don't care about that, and we can uncomment this in next time. And now we got this user token is the ID string, and let's see in our browser. Alright, I'm going to try with login with Alex, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and here we got again for user token ID, and this is Alex, and here token ID, you can see token ID is different, and this is me, and here is Alex. Alright, so we got it from this authentication in connection. So here I'm going to try to store connection every time every client connect to server, and in this time before we got any method, after we got someone connected to server, and we to do that by cross new connection equal or even odd cross client connection equal new object. We got an ID, right, socket ID, and make sure this is a string, and or evenly you can make it into string by right, so do this. Right, exactly, because we convert to string, and so we don't need to do that, but if you want you can do this. Alright, so and w@, equal exactly this w@, and this is WebSocket, and we can use it when we do by w@.send. This means we send back to exactly server client. So for example, we got connection, and I'm going to send back with hello there, and you are ID, and we got socket ID from server and socket ID, and we can save it in our client, and here in our real time when we got any method on open connection, and so on open, and you can do by the d.w@, or even you can do by w@ equal, let's copy this, and this w@, and here now we don't have to call anymore this, so we call exactly, and here calls w@, and here in when we cut and the open, and this w@ dot on method even. Alright, so I'm console to the log, and we client you server want to say hi to you, and with even dot data. So let's see. So the first time we refresh the web page, and server we got connection and hello there. And now let's refresh this. Now you should see the message from server client. Server want to say something to hello URID. Alright, so problem A. Alright, you want to ID, and you search simply win plus ID right here. And again, now refresh the app. So problem is the server didn't restart, and now refresh again. Now we should get it. And client, and this is a message from server, and client say hello URL, and this is the socket ID we generate from the server in the backend. And inside browser Google Chrome, and we got send the message, right? Hello, and right refresh again, and hello client, and this ID of the new socket, and here is the ID of me socket, so my socket ID, and here is the Alex socket ID. This is not a user token. This is the ID of the WebSocket. We generated. Okay, cool. So that is how the server send back to the WebSocket client. And so before the after the client is connected successfully to our server, and I'm going to do this by user ID equal null. And so the first time we don't know exactly who is who is this. All right, it can be someone else. All right, so and I think we can do by this dot connection. We got a connection in cards and use all the map to manage its collection. Alright, this connection collection. So equal this dot connection dot set. So I'm going to try to set exactly socket ID and to client connection. And we can add a new parameter is authenticate. And this means first time default because the user didn't send a token device, and so we don't know who it is. So alright, this dot connection dot set. Right, cool. So I'm going to put a comment, save this connection client into alright cache or something in our we cache temporary in our connection class with an object. Is it let me call this a collection. Alright, so this is real-time connect, so I don't want to store in this any database. And if you want, I recommend to use a Redis database. This can be query much faster and easy. So right in this tutorial, I'm not going to Redis to store and connection, and we are not going to recommend to store connection in our MongoDB or any database because it's real time. I don't want to do that. So right. So when the first time we get a new connection from client and to our backend server, and we save in our collection. And what happened is when they are disconnected, and when they disconnect, we got this is exactly socket ID, and let's remove them. Alright, remove this socket client from the cache collection. Let me try to call it. So we can do it by this dot right connection equal this dot connection right here, and dot remove with exactly key ID we got socket ID. So and that means no more user right client connection object in our case when they are disconnected. Cool. So this is how it works. And the next thing we need to do when we got a new method about authenticate, and in this case we got a switch action, and we can know this action is someone want to tell back to server and who are they. And so in this case we need to do we got connection and decode the job, and I'm going to try to do it socket ID. The first parameter is socket ID, and next parameter is the method. So about WebSocket ID, how do we get it? We do this very easy, and we define it right at top here by when it's new client connect to server, and we got this socket ID. And here we can do first parameter is exactly WebSocket ID, and the next parameter is a method. Cool. So in this case, we do the drop and in right. So the first time we got a list of connection object, and here we can get again when we got a new authenticate action. So we can do by cause connection exactly this dot connection dot get. We get exactly socket ID. Cool. So we can do so simply do. Alright, so in this case we got back to, so right now I'm got token ID. So I'm trying to do this by this dot send send to so send is not, it's in the back and sorry in the client we got only send the method object, because on client we have only single connection, no more two connection, because on client browser we only had one socket client connection, and this case in backend we have different. Right, so we got connection right here. We send this by, for example, I'm going to try to do this WebSocket send WAD, and the method is an object. Alright, so that's an object, and we have to define the send methods right here. So first is WSocket, WebSocket, and the next thing is the object. And so WebSocket, how do we get the WebSocket? The WebSocket is exactly if connection, right? So we're gonna connection dot WAD, exactly WAD, and so we can pass parameter connection dot WAD, and right here we can check if connection and the object. So what is about object? We can do by cause object, and now it's for the temporary, and I'm trying to say back. So we are not going to change the token is correct or not correct, but I'm trying to send back to this client with a simple method with action. For example, O error, and this means O error, and that means send back to you are not a user, or you are not logged in. So action and pilot, and for example the method or an error authentication your account, or something like that. And this object, and we use when we send an object, and we do by code method equal json dot string string and object, and here we can do by WAD.send. That's simple, right? You can see it's very simple method. Cool. So let's see. Right, so the first time from client we send a new method to server with the token ID, and for now I'm temporary to send back to him with a simple method is the action error. So an error authentication your account. Right, and even we can send back with the account. Alright, for example with the token ID and account like that. So okay, so let's see. And in real time we got on the method we console, and now we can do by console.log methods from the server with exactly even.body. And here, right, refresh the app. Now we should see method from the server undefined. Sorry, even.data, not body, sorry, my mistake. And refresh again. The first time the method is from server, I want to try to send to server with the message out, and server will send me back a method error. Right, so an error to authenticate our account with the token ID we passed from before. Okay, so it is how it works, how we can send back a method to from the server to client. Cool. So alright, in this case I'm going to do is check the method right in the connection, right, if connection, and we are not going to send. Let me uncomment this code. Alright, so we have to do this by right, remove this method, if connection, and here I'm trying to do by let's find user from our DB. Right, so user with this token and verify it. So we do by this dot app. Right, we got this dot app and app dot model and the token and the file. Let's see in our model token what we got. We got lot token and user before we did this. So let's simulate and the token ID, got user token ID, and here we got the payloads user token ID, and this is permit and permit function. So we got 10, and here exactly token. Right. So and we can cast an error, and this means user are not correct with this token, and we send back to the user with exactly the methods and we want to send, and send to they are not logging. Okay, so let's uncomment this code, and in this case send back to socket client you are not logging, right? So in this case, when we successfully verify this token, and we can do by connection. Alright, I'm trying to modify connection and less connection, and we got this connection dot is authenticate equal true, and now connection dot set dot user ID equal exactly user ID. So it should be called user ID equal token dot user ID, and this user ID should be a string. So let's try to so do by user ID. Okay, so now we set again this dot connection equal this dot connection, and save this dot set and socket ID with connection. So it is mean now this connection is fully verified, and this is exactly user, and here I'm trying to make now send back to the client you are verified, something like that. So and this dot send, we call this dot send, and WebSocket equal double connection dot w_add, and the object, and the object now should be called object to be an action. It should be our success and payload. Now simply, and we can return a token, or even we can do return a method only. If you want to return a user with token, and simply we can do by payload. Alright, so even you are verified, something like that, And if you want to send back any method or any object in user for your application, you can send back with token object. And for now, I'm just trying to send back with the user you are verified. Okay, so let's see. So first time refresh the client, we see method from the server. Now exactly you are verified. Alright, okay, so this is fully verified. And also say in our WebSocket. Okay, so now this you are verified and very cool. And so problem A, we have a job to do it. For example, Alex and hello there. And in the browser we don't see anything method. And now let's refresh the browser, and Alex is also verified with his account, but we don't see any methods from. For example, I'm trying to say hello, alright, and nothing here. So we have to do this because, and when we create a new channel, so let's see in our store. Okay, so first time I'm going to try to close connection, close real time, and we got a store.js. And when we create a new channel, add user to channel on create a new channel. So every time when we create a channel, and I don't want to send to the server that, and that we don't do that until they give the user name exactly, for example Kevin, and they send the first message to channel, and I have to do send the message to WebSocket server. So in this means we have ask method, and right here we get set channel equal new equal 4. So we got if channel ID, and here I'm going to do this. So I'm trying to do g.channel equal new equal 4 to the bottom right here, and in this case let channel.lab method equal body. Okay, so let's do this by this channel.method.set. So we got this, and here double here, and we now send this channel info to the server. And what we got in this case, we got a method, right? The channel with a member. Alright, so let's see, we console log. The first thing we need to do is console log. Alright, channel and channel. Sorry, channel object. And let's see. Okay, I'm trying to his Kevin, or sorry, Alex, and hello there, and we got channel object like this, and ID, and create this time, and it's a new select methods, and the member we got a mapper member. In this case, we only had two member. Two member is Alex and me, right? So alright, also in user ID, it's this exactly who created this channel. So I'm trying to send this exactly this to the server, and here we do by okay channel and send this channel, and do by this dot real time, and we got real time set up in our store dot dot send with the method object, or even I think I can send directly channel real time dot send to channel. So alright, I don't think send to channel. I don't think we do it by cause object equal action to be create channel, and payload now I'm going to pass this channel object, and here we can send object. Right, so realtime.send, and let's see in our realtime.send, and we got the method object, and check for client. If you are connected, we send to the server. And here in the server, we got a model connection. We got on the message. In this case, I'm trying to do case. Now in this case, channel, I create channel, and we do something. Right, first we need to do call break, and so let's create channel, called channel equal payload, and now trying to do console log got new. Alright, channel needs to be created from client and channel. So let's see. Now refresh the browser and make sure you are connected, because the server, alright, we got a message you are verified, and here I'm trying to make a new channel equal to Alex, and I'm trying to hide Alex. Right, so like that's a message, and here send a message. So this is a channel, or this is a channel we debug in our store, and let's see in our server we got. So we got new a channel need to be created from client. We got the member and which list of member, alright, with string, and the method right now is no method because I'm not to send this last method, and we got last method equal hi Alex, and it's a new true user ID. And for the user ID, I'm not to user exactly user ID from client, because someone else can fetch this ID and to be sent by someone else. So I don't want to use this, and created I don't want to use it as well. So what we get so far, we got a new channel, and so we have to create a new model in the channel. So say add. So the same thing in with all the model, and we have to define a new class, but default class channel, and we have a constructor and app, and this.app equal app. So inside in channel, I'm going to do is create this new channel with object, channel with subject, and here we can do by cost id equal, last id equal, and here we got a user channel id, here is string, and so let's verify this. So last id equal, I'm going to user loadout function, import underscore from loadout, and it is value equal yes object id underscore id. So right, so inside a helper, I'm going to make a new function export cost, right, to string with, alright, so parameter should be, alright, so for example id to string equal id, and we do by check, and if type id, type id equal object, and by default string. So we can do this by let string equal id and return a string, and if it's string, trying to modify this to be in should be a string. Alright, so like that, or even you can do and flirt with this and should be a string. Cool, so if type string and we return id. So we got a pass card to string and in helper, so inside channel, I'm going to import to string from. Alright, so in outside model helper. Cool. So in this case, I'm going to do let's id equal to string this, and into string I'm going to path default. Right, so cool. So and here we can do create new, and we have to init channel model inside index. So alright, so do by this dot. Alright, so do this dot channel equal new channel with app, and we have to import a new class channel. We just created that. Import channel from the same folder, so with index file, so simple channel. Right, so far so good. And here in channel we got created new this. I'm going to do it to return exactly permit function. Return new permit with two parameters, resolver and reject. And so this is app equal app, and here we course ID, we get ID, and or even we can do by course ID. If alright, so I'm going to modify ID, so if not ID, and going to generate a new ID. So alright, example, okay. Alright, so ID to be string. If not ID, and we're going to do ID equal so to string and get this. So course ID object equal by last ID object equal if ID, and we return new object ID. So we have to import object ID from MongoDB, and in this case if we take a new ID is exist, and we do by new object ID or new object ID, no ID parameter, and here. So in this case, course channel equal an object. So we got ID equal ID object, and we got title equal yes, just load that function object with title, or even give it this empty string, and last method equal get object dot last method, and give it empty, or create this now to be new date, and user ID equal get user object with user ID. And we also have a member. Member is exactly an array. So how we do get a member? So inside browser, inside the method, we got a member it to be an array of key and value. So alright, so I'm trying to loop everything by h, right? Object and member and default an array. Alright, sorry. I'm going to use a loadout function get object with the member default to be an array, and we h the member, and here we got exactly the key and value. So here is the key and value. Alright, key and value. So I'm trying to log console log key and value. Alright, so we got an array of member, and here we do by let member equal the first thing you need to an empty array, and we got this by member dot push should be an object ID. So cos member object ID equal new object ID with the member ID. This is user ID exactly. We send the member we store who are how many member inside which channel. For example, in this channel we got me and Alex. So we got a user ID, and so new object ID should be key. I think should be key. And member now put is exactly member object ID. Alright, cool. So in here we can pass a member inside channels, and the last thing we need to do is create this method channel title. Right, I think this is enough, and here we can try to make a new query to add database and insert this channel. So in this.app.db.collection and channel dot insert one to the channel, and we got a second parameter equal to param with arrow and info, and return this. We check if arrow, we return reject with arrow methods, otherwise we return channel. Alright, resolver channel. Okay, so far so good. We got a new channel class equal initialize and created, and I'm going to catch this channel in by this.channel and catch channel collection to be new artist map. New artist map, we have to import it from Immutable. Import artist map from Immutable. Right, so we got channel, and when we add a new channel right here, after insert we can check if not error, and right, so if not error, and we can do by this.channel equal this.channel dot set. Right, we got ID, and to be got string dot ID equal channel ID equal channel dot underscore ID, and we cut to string. Or even I think we can do call this channel dot ID dot to string. I can do that, and here we got channel ID and set to channel ID and with exactly channel object. And in the next time we can do by call loads and with ID, and so we can first time we need to check in case collection channel, and otherwise we don't file it, and let query in database and return it. Cool, so cool. Right, so let's see in our connection. Alright, so we create channel, and here I'm trying to do like this.app.model.channel.create channel, and channel now to be a permit function, and when channel callback, right, channel callback has to object, or I can do by this, right, channel, and here we can do by channel object. Alright, so this is successful. This is mean successful create channel, and in this case we need to, alright, so when we create new channels is done and successfully, so we need to send all the method to all the member inside which channel group. So all right, I will show you how to do it. And here, and we can catch later. And so I don't want to cut an arrow right here, but right in the future I think we can do catch a future catch a matrix arrow matrix right here, and send back to exactly current user who created this channel. So alright, so matrix channel. Alright, so I'm going to do modify user ID with let channel. I'm not trading when we're sending a new client we got user ID, but I'm not going to user exactly user ID from client. I'm not trading this because someone else can fix it ID, and so we have to do this by this cost connection equal this dot connection should be set and dot get, and here we got exactly socket ID and WebSocket ID, and here got user ID equal connection dot user ID, and we did set it and in authentication, right? This is socket user ID. Cool. Right, I think this is okay. And cool. So far so good. We got it, and here I'm going to do a channel.user ID equal exactly user ID. So now you know this user ID exactly the user authenticate with the socket client and current socket. So now this user ID should be verified. So create a channel, and here I'm trying to make the console allow successful created new channel and channel object. Okay. Right, so let me open in Robo3T, and we can see in our database. And so we chat up and collection, we got only token and user folder, and now I'm trying to refresh React app, and something happened. Servers look like crash. Alright, so we got slash connection. It seems duplicate. So the connection we just let somewhere. Alright, let's connection. Let's see and where we got the message. And like 80. And here we let's connection. Alright, so I'm going to do by card user connection and modify the different name, and here we got it. And I'm going to log with it, and we can see which kind of type of this user ID, and I'm trying to log the console object and type of user ID. Alright, so here I'm trying to refresh my browser, make sure the server is restart. Alright, console log right dot get. So the get is wrong because I missing underscore in channel. So yes, right, this. Now let's see server refresh. Okay, now one more time the member. Alright, I've wrong a comma right object property, and this should be a comma, and user ID for I think believe in give is new. Okay, so let's see if anything. Oh, cool, it's successful refresh. And now I'm refresh my browser and see, right, and trying to sign in again, because you know when server is not restart, okay, and we refresh browser, we got a The first time we fetch to a new network with the user ID equal me and check if not login, and the front end automatically log out this current user. So this is why we got sign out. And trying to log again, 1 2 3 and 4, and let me open the console and see. Okay, I'm trying to create a new channel is Alex, and right here we got hello there. And now we have to see back in our server. Alright, so we got something right here, and we got new channel, but we can't see problem. We can't right ID right Reactjs. So problem I believe in this case, trying to get object ID. Right, we got two string in our header and two string. So simply we can do by return ID. And now let me, the first thing I'm going to do by console log ID. Right, debug something ID. Oh, so one again, server refresh, and now we merge refresh for that, and create again new Alex and hide there. And in our browser, let's see something else. We got the key exactly this, and key true. Right, problem A, key is true, but we got the value exactly should. So problem A in this case, not the ID. The problem is key and value, and we should new object value right here, not key. So should be value right here, and key, and here we can pass key here. Cool. So one more time. So let's see in our collection, and no channel created. And here refresh again, and I am going to create again with Alex, and hide there. So right, we got successful create channel with string, ID, and title, and the last method hello there, and created the user ID. Right, problem is user ID should be object ID, but this ID is a string is not good. So member is okay, and let's try see in our database. And we got, so we got the member is the object ID is correct, an array of object ID, and ID is the object ID is correct, and the user ID is a string is not correct because in our user we got the user ID it should be an object. So that is why when we created this new channel in user ID exactly who created this channel, and it should be object ID. And in this case, right, so collection, right, in channel, I'm trying to remove this. Alright, delete this document, and here we got a user ID should to be, let's go, right, user ID. So we do by this, right, let user ID equal null, by default give it null, and user ID equal get this. So basically you can do this, and user ID equal let user ID equal and code user, and here we do by let user ID object equal null, and here if check if user ID and user ID object to be new object ID with exactly user ID. And so let's try again to do refresh my browser, and let's see you are verified, and again try to add new channel to Alex. And so in our console we got successful create new channel. Now the user ID, sorry, user ID object, sorry, my mistake again. So, and I have to remove this, and so we can see it's much better. Server is the refresh again, and one more time, Alex, and hello Alex, and now you should see user ID to be object ID, and cool. And refresh here we can see it's now user to be object ID, and member, list of member. Alright, cool, that is good. And here we got a member and inside this channel. So when we got a successfully callback in the connection, and here like we have to let's send back to all the member with new channel, all the member in this channel with a new channel created, right? So how to do that? So we have to do this card, right? Connection user member connection to be an array equal this dot connection dot filter or dot file, or even I think dot dot filter. Alright, filter to be connection, and return this. Alright, I'm going to make all of this to be string, and this dot side connection dot user ID equal. So alright, so my mistake, and here we have to loop act through our user. So in this case we get channel object, and so here is a channel before. So right, I'm using loadout function h. So cut, so let w add let user, alright, this member connection equal an empty array, and here I'm trying to loop all the channel member. We got this channel and the member is an object ID, and here we do by using loadout function get channel object the member by default, so give it an empty array, and there's a member right here, and so cost member user ID equal, so we have duplicate. Alright, I think cool, cost user ID equal using loadout function, or even member dot. Alright, so it I think should be now let's go back a member array. So now we got the ID, and so here we do ID to object to string. So in this case, and we have to do this by cost, right, connection, right, cost member connection. So it's a single connection equals z dot connection dot file where connection equal. Alright, so trying to make this to be string, and here we got connection dot user ID equal equal exactly user ID. We find all the connection if exactly user ID. So one user ID, it can be hard to multiply socket client, because for example they can online on the desktop or online on the mobile or online on different browser. So, and here the member connection. So first thing we need to do, I'm trying to console.log member connection. All right, so let's see. Again, we have to refresh the browser, and so right now we don't have any function to implement lots of my current channel group. So we can do it later, but so for now we have to create a new channel by to Alex and hello there. And let's see what else in our browser. We got a new this, and so why you got undefined here? Because the Alex is not refreshed, and Alex now is not logged in, is not logged online in our WebSockets connection. So let's try again to refresh, and now you should see Alex is a connect. Let's see in console. Right, you are verified and Alex is a fully connect. And one again to refresh this, and me is a connect. And I think now we have should three socket client in with the two member. Now again try to Alex, and here we should get three because sorry, get two. Now the first thing we got is socket ID this and socket ID this. Alright, so cool. Or even some filter. Alright, filter, and let's try again, see what else. And we refresh me, and or I have to refresh Alex as well, and to make sure Alex is connect. And in this case, I'm trying to make a new channel to Alex and say hello there. And inside browser now you should see an order map with an ID, or it should be an object, a filter object. And so in this case we have a two member or two socket client in this. So we have to do this. Alright, now we got member connection. The member connection is can be multiplied to one user. So we have to do this, become member connection.for each. So first thing is member connection dot, let's see, dot on map. I think dot sign. And here we make to the console member connection. Alright, I'm going to do a member connection dot for each should be connection, and here we can cos ws equal connection dot ws WebSockets, and here we can try to this dot send. The first thing we need to send is the ws, and the next is the object, and what we do here, cos object to be action, right? Channel art, right? So this means channel is a successful click, and we got payload exactly channel object, right? So w send the message object, and here what, let's see what, yeah, and again try to refresh me, and again try to refresh Alex, and make sure you and me and Alex equal fully verified. And here I'm trying to Alex and say hi Alex, how are you? And let's see, we got a message from channel with some action channel at the payload result. Last message, hi Alex, how are you? And also in in Alex, now you can see the method from server. It's channel add. Cool. So we can do it by to use this method and insert new channel to Alex browser, and also an update in our current me browser. So wow, this is work, and here now send to socket clan matching user ID in channel member. Cool. So here we need to close connection and close channel, and now I am working in to React app, and we got a real time, and we got a method on method from server, and here we can do this by the same thing in our server, and here we do custom method equal z.decode method, right? So or even read method, right? Read method, and the read method. Alright, so for example, I'm going to try to call z.read method, and we got some even.data. Even I'm going to use a load that function to make sure even data is correct, and default I'm trying to make an object. Cool. So get or even get data, and so we have to make a new function to read method and read methods, and to be methods it should be a default object. So right, sorry, to be it should be a string, it's string, so don't give a default. And so we got this data not to be object because we before we send back to client we format it to be string from JSON object, and here we have to do this try. So do by decode methods from methods. Now alright, so do by cost methods equal z.decode methods, alright, methods, and in this case right methods last methods equal an object and return methods. Alright, so try and catch error, make console log error only. So in here trying to do json.parser methods, so methods equal json parser method, and here return the method. Cool. So in this case we do by cause action equal loadout function. Let's make sure we we didn't import loadout, and here we have to import underscore from loadout, and try get methods action, default is empty, and cause payloads equal get methods payloads, and we can check. Alright, so action, so default should give is break. So cool. And so we got a new right, so we got a new action from server. Let's see connection. We got a new action is channel add, and payload is exactly channel. So channel add. So in this case we got channel add. So breaks first, and so in this case to do check payloads object and insert new channel to store. All right, so in our store we got a new channel collection and this, and we have to insert channel. So let's see. So problem A. All right, so first thing you need to do is I'm going to insert the channel first. So store, and so we do core store equal this dot store, and we just set store in the initialize function store dot add channel. What else in our store add channel? Let me see how is add channel on add channel, and add channel is the way, right? Add channel and exactly channel with index. And let's see in our messenger dot messenger is a component, and we got on create new channel. The channel should be have a title as an ID and the member to be on this map. So I will copy this. So let's not call this anymore. So right. So in this case, do by let channel. I'm going to modify channel and equals this is payloads. The channel ID equal payloads dot ID and underscore ID. Alright, I'm trying to make to be string payload dot ID and code channel equal lot ID, and here I'm trying can do by the title. I'm going to get from payloads title. So default give is empty, and is a news equal for remove this. The method to be on this map as well. The member on this map as well. The method alert method equal get payloads loss last method and user ID to be get. So I'm trying to modify cause user ID equal payloads dot user ID. So inside here we can path. Right, so we got the member, and the object callback should be only the member in the array. So I want to, when we get a new method from server, I want to fetch or prefetch our user and with the user ID. So how to do that? So in this case, right, the member, a new member. Alright, in this case, I'm going to do is the first thing we need to do. Alright, so we can do by simply we can say store.add channel. Right channel. And let's see in our store our channel with index. Alright, so key should be channel ID. Okay, and let's see channel use update. This is okay. So now you can see problem, but let's make a test on this map. New on this map because we didn't import all this map from Immutable. Import from Immutable. So I think now it should fix problem. So here is the refresh and also verify, and Alex should be verified as well, and trying to send. Now I'm going to resize my browser smaller, and again, and this is me, and here is downside below and Alex, and now you should see much better in real time. Okay, so I'm trying to do is create a new channel to Alex, and say hello there, and hit send. Now you should see that his new channel is coming, and hello there. This is cool, but problem is you don't see any member inside this because we don't have any member when we add the new channel to Realtime. Let's see in channel we don't have a member. The member default is empty. So my idea is when we get new channel created in our backend. So let's open a new connection in backend, and here we got all the member. So where that? Right, so we got this member. Cool. And here we can do by so simply you can do right member ID, member ID, and so we can do by course member ID equal this. And here I'm going to do is the fetch all user belong to or has member ID. So how to do that? We can do by call this dot app dot model dot user dot file. The first thing file is BigQuery, and the next parameter is option, and then user. Cool. So we have to create a new file. So the query now we come to cross query equal so ID in array of member ID. Right. This is how it works. And option cross query option equal so we have to change parameter to query option with option. Now I want to return only so we got the user object in our database equal list of field is ID, name, email, password. I don't want to return email and password in this case. To keep email is secret and password in secret as well. So in this case, I'm going to query equal email should be ID equal 2, or even you can just 1, and name equal 1, 2, name, email, and created datetime 2. When user create, let's see what thing else. Cool. So email and password is not included in callback. So in this case, we have core model user file, but we don't have a file function that. So we have to check our user model and create a new function file and query equal to be object and option to be an object as well, and this to be this is a promise. So we return new promise with two parameter resolver and here we now let's try to this.app.db.collection user a.file, and we pass parameter query and option and to array with a parameter is arrow and user. And here we can try to return if we check for error, and this is one line of code. So in line check conditional, and if error we can simply return reject error, and otherwise resolver user. Make sure correct. Cool. So let's close this, and here we can do this file and then successfully delete our user. So in this case, I am to do let's copy this. Alright, so we don't need it now. So I'm trying to modify the channel object. Channel object user equal user. Cool. So it does mean we have our list of user prefetched. So in our store, in real time, when we got a new channel add, that means now we got a list of our user. So in this case, cart user equal user last side, and the loadout function gets payload and user, and default give it an empty array. So right here we can loop through by an x user, and we got a new user. And so the first thing we need to do is add this user information to our user collection, right? User collection with ID of the user, right? So the first thing we need to do is add this user to user to store.user collection and cake it. And so we'll do by this.store.add user to cake, right? User, and do by ID. So alright, cool. So I think it's cool. Add user to cake. And here in our store we have to define this function add user to cake user. And this means we can do by cross ID equal $sign ESH user.id underscore ID, and this user equal this.user.set. Right, this user.set. Alright, this user.set ID equal user. And here we to call this update if you want to update a collection, or even you don't want to call it and call it later. And in this case, store.add user to cake user, and here we have to add some new member exactly ID. So cost user ID equal this member ID equal user._id. And here let's try to do channel.member equal channel.member.set member ID and exactly 2 with the only that. So let's see what error. Okay, so here try again to. So I'm resign my browser Slacker full screen and Google Chrome as well. And so refresh Alec, and Alec now verify, and it's refresh me and I am verified as well. And so it looks like my browser's too lag. Right, so again I'm trying to send to Alec, right, Alec user, and now his send button. Okay, H is problem, right? It's wrong, my mistake. So it should be missing S. So one more time, refresh me please, and verify. And Alex, now refresh Alex as well, and Alex is the verifier. And here I'm trying to send Alex again. Alex, are you there? So then it's sent. Alright, we got a new channel is a user, but problem is I don't know why user ID, and so inside we got the method, but I don't know why we don't have any user. So let's see. Alright, user. Now we got from method to user. Okay, we don't have any user object because let's see in our store problem. Alright, problem A, right, member, and we have to move as member inside it after we successfully fetch the user. So right, alright, cool. So now I think it should work. Now let's refresh client, and I am login, and refresh Alex, I am login. Now again site to say into Alex, hello Alex, and now we got hello Alex, and here is Alex right here, and same to me, and inside Alex browser now he should see me. But problem with avatar user, because when we add a new user, we call back, we don't see any user, sorry, right, this shuffling. We got a new method, the user with ID, user with ID name, ID, and created time, but we don't have an avatar because the avatar image is not exist in this feature, so we have to create a sample avatar to do right, load user avatar, and in this case add user to cache, right, and user.avatar equal this dot slot user avatar, right, user, and here now it should be work. Again refresh me and refresh Alex please, and again try to send to Alex, and good morning Alex, good morning Alex. Now we got Alex inside browser, and here we got good morning Alex and my name inside it. And so problem is we didn't send new methods in the conversation, so we have to implement it in the next video. So alright, so far so good. I think I hope you can understand this video as well. Cool, so I must stop video here and see you in the next video. Thanks for watching and bye.